That's great. And we were discussing regarding to histogram equalization in the last lecture. That we will continue and complete. Is the screen visible to you? It is not showing me here. It is showing me just a blank. Is it visible to you? Okay, that's great. Okay, fine. So we will discuss regarding to histogram equalization. What was the basic concept? Histogram equalization is what, that the existence of all the intensities in the image, all the possible intensities in the image, right? Suppose my image histogram is having this type of shape, right? That means it is having this type of distribution of intensities, and these intensities are not existing. Then what you can do is, then you can go for you can equalize it so that existence of all possible intensities is almost equal. So occurrence of them is equal. That means PDF of them. That is, if I randomly choose a pixel and it will be particular intensity, that probability is equal for all possible intensities because their occurrence is almost equal, right? So if their occurrence is equal, that means probability that if I will choose a pixel and it will be a particular or specific intensity will be equal. And that's why if I will go for PDF, if this kind of PDF shape is there, then I want PDF of a uniform kind. That is what histogram equalization, right? Now we concluded that if in my if how to obtain this, if I want to obtain this, what is the possibility that I have, what that possibility is, like what I should take. So what I need, so it is possible that in my image intensities possible are from 0 to somewhere some value will be 1, there will be some value such a way that L minus 1 different intensities are possible. It can be any different value here, right? So different range is available 0 to L minus 1, right? Actually, if you will observe, this is actually discrete value. Like in my image, if 0 can exist, then 1 will exist. There will not be any intensity that will exist between 0 to 0 and 1, right? But right now, in that way, if I will draw my histogram or PDF is also discrete. Why? Because my intensities can be, if it is 5, then it will be 6. It will not be any value intermediate to that, right? But if I keep that discrete part in a side, if I keep that discrete part in a side, and if I assume that continuous distribution, because equations are easy to understand in terms of continuous distribution, so what I will assume that my intensities are existing between 0 to L minus 1. So what we will do, of course we will go for the discrete version, but let us understand the concept in terms of continuous version first. Okay, so what I want, that if I want to know that if current intensity is say L minus 1, or rather if my current intensity is say having value x can be say 5, 6, 7, 8. Suppose my current pixel value is any value, it can take 0 to L minus 1, assume it is 100. Suppose x value is 100, it can take any value between 0 to 255. Okay, so if my intensity, so what I have to do, that I have to integrate if it is a continuous, I have to sum up if it is a discrete, if I am considering a discrete version. But right now let us consider in terms of integration, right? Because I am assuming some continuous distribution. Okay, so if I'm integrating my values of this PR of a variable, I will consider that W. What is that? That PR is nothing but probability of occurrence of intensities in input image R. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to take probabilities. I have to take probabilities in that W will vary in range of, W is a variable. Like I will write PR of 0, that means probability of occurrence of 0 in input image R. If I write PR of 1, that means probability of occurrence of 1 in input image R. in that way that will take, right? So I will integrate this over variable w, and w can take value up to 0 to r. Now what is that r? For which value, this r indicates for which value that you are considering. In our case, that r is nothing but x. X is what? For which value, which input value I am considering. Currently I am checking that if my input intensity is 100, what should be my output intensity s, such that if I will replace that 100 with this value s, so that whatever new image will be created, that image will have equalized histogram. Currently this is my image, it is having some specific shape of histogram like this. I want to change intensity of this image such a way that now new intensities are created. These new intensities are nothing but s image. Uh, in that particular intensity, this intensity value, what is this intensity value which is corresponding to this intensity value. And if I will do that for all the cases, all the pixels, then if I will plot its histogram, it will be the equalized one, right? So how to obtain that? So for that equation we have seen, it was like 0 to x, or rather if I want to write it in general, x is a specific value here, right? So if I want to write in general, that 0 to r. Suppose I am checking for this is a y value, what will be the corresponding or rather if I'm not going for y, I am going for a specific value, say 10. Suppose this pixel value is 10, and if I'm searching for this, then r value will become 10 there. Okay, so what will be the equation? It will be like this. The equation will be L minus 1 integration of PR, that is probability of occurrence of occurrence of intensities in input image R, 0 to R. In my case, R value is 10 because I am checking for a pixel value in input image R value having value 10. Okay, so what it will be like, L minus 1 value is my 255, right? 255, then this is like integration of 0 to 10 and PR of W. So what is the meaning here? That W can take value from 0 to 10, and actually because it is a discrete one, you can understand it is like a summation kind of thing. So what you will do, first your W will take value 0, then it will take value 1, then it will take value 2, up to 10 it is going to take. When W will take 0, this will result into PR of 0. So actually what you are doing here, it is like 255 into, then that this is multiplied, and actually this integration you can think is as a summation, because you are working on the image and it will be a summation only, right? So here it will be PR of 0, and then plus actually integration, but it is discrete version, so you can think of like it is then PR of 1, then plus PR of 2. In that way we will continue doing so up to what will be the last term. Can anyone tell me the last term, so that I can get the idea that you are clear with what we are discussing? What will be the last term? Quickly tell me. What will be the last term if I am doing it with PR of 0, PR of 1, PR of 2? This is 255. Yes, it is going to be PR of 10. Yes, it is going to be PR of 10. Yeah, yes, it will be PR of 10. Okay, so true. So okay, so that will be so now what if I want to know? So what I will do, I will check that what is the probabilities of occurrence of 0 plus probability of occurrence of 1 plus probability of occurrence of this. In that way I will sum them all up to 10. I will multiply with 255, I will get some value. That value I will place here, that value I will place here. Okay, and that way I will go to okay, that value I will place here because it was corresponding to this 10, so I will place it here. Then I will go to the next pixel, I will check what is the value. Suppose it is 5, then I will integrate this from 0 to 5, 255 into PR of 0 plus PR of 1 up to PR of 5. Whatever value of that result I will get, that I am going to place here. In that way I will repeat for all the pixels, so I will have a new image I will get, and that new image will also have its histogram, and that histogram will be equalized one. That is what the meaning is. Okay, so now but we have to verify whether this is following those two conditions or not. This is following those two conditions or not. Okay, what was those two conditions that are required to, if they are fulfilled, then equalization is obtained. that equation first, which was that condition. First condition was that, like, this should be ever increasing function, right? So whenever r increases, if my r is 0, then if my r goes to 1, if I r increases, then s value also should increase. Okay, it should be increasing function, right? So suppose if my value is, suppose I'm checking for r is equal to my r value is, say, suppose I'm currently working for 1, r value 1, right? So what I'm going to sum up, I'm going to sum up 0 and 1 both, right? Then if my r increases, that r becomes 2, then I'm going to sum up pr of 0 plus pr of 1 plus pr of 2, right? So what will be, so in that way what will happen, my probability is going to get added, then I will go for r is equal to 3, then sum is going to be, I mean, one more term will get added to pr of, that will be pr of 3. So if my r increases, my s will never decrease, because my probability cannot be negative. Okay, because every time for r is equal to 1, I will have two terms to add, r is equal to 2, I will have three terms to add. So if I so definitely if I'm adding something when my probability cannot take negative value, the summation is going to result always in a positive number or increasing function. And if, in which case the probability, in which case it will be, I mean, it will, at the worst case, what can happen, that the probability of occurrence, like probability of occurrence of 2 is 0, it is possible that that your current value, that 2 never occurs in your image. Then in the worst case what can happen is that your value remains same. That situation can be like this, the situation, multiple values can map to 1, because possibly certain terms, certain probability values are 0, that is possible. So worst case can happen like this, but it will never be the case like it is a decreasing function. Okay, so first condition is fulfilled, and second condition is what, like, um, if my intensity, if the what you can say, if my range of r is limited to 255, if range of r is limited to 255, then range of s also should be limited to 255, right? Negative values are never possible, so if it is greater than 0, this is also going to be greater than equal to 0, this is also going to be greater than equal to 0, right? But what about 255? R keeps increasing. I know S will also increase, but when R reaches to 255, S should not exceed 255. Okay, it can be less than that, but it should not be more than that. That was the second condition. So when my R takes 255 value, this probability will result into this integration term will result into summation of probability from 0 to 255. The summation will result into, I mean, this will result into 0 to 255, and probabilities from 0 to probability of occurrence of 0 plus probability of occurrence of 1 and probability of occurrence of 255, addition of all, that is nothing but what will be that value, summation of all the probabilities will result into 1. Yes, it will be, yes, 1, and hence this term at max will be 1. Whenever my r value is 255, this will be 1, and my s will be l minus 1 into 1, and that is what l minus 1, l minus 1 is nothing but 255, and hence s will become 255 at max. Now r cannot exceed further, and hence s cannot exceed further. Okay, this is how we have complete, this is what we have already discussed. This is just was a quick revision, but now what is the case, like, we have to complete this for the this was actually integral, na? So we will take one example of a continuous function, we will solve it, and then we will go for discrete version where we are majorly interested in, because this was just a intuition was fine, we are clear with what we want to do here, but we want to see how exactly that equalization happens and how that helps us in the image processing, right? So that is what we have already seen. So this satisfied two conditions that we have already seen here. Okay, now one more equation we have already we concluded that if my input image is processed using this equation, then I have output image S, right? if I have input image, I will have its histogram, and hence I will have its PR of R, or PR of W, or PR of X, whatever you want to call. If you are confused, you can write any variable name here, right? And I am processing it using this equation. I will get different values here, and in that way I will obtain value S, and it will also have a histogram, and hence it will have its probability of occurrence of intensity in S. And you can write it like the probability of S of S. S is a variable here, but if you are confused, you can write Y, Z, any other variable, W, X, Y, Z, whatever you want to write. This is just a dummy variable. So actually it is intensity, right? That whatever the value that occurs, that value is here. That is just a variable, right? So, so what is the, how this probability and this probability are related with? How this and this are related with? So equation for that is that PS should be nothing but into PR into dr by ds. This is how, actually it is a modulus, but in our case modulus doesn't make much sense. But anyway, it is dr by ds. It is dr by ds. Okay. So you may say, okay, but why we need this equation? But actually, if you will see, if my input image is having this type of PR, right? What is my expected PR from S? This is what my expected PR from S, right? So what will happen now? What I will do, what we will, how we will use this equation. So currently I have my image, right? It has this type of histogram. I am expecting one image whose histogram will look like this. I know that if I will take this image, then I have to apply that integration and L minus 1 equation. That equation, if I will apply, I will have that image whose histogram will look like this, whose PS will look like this. Okay, so first of all, I will take my input image, and from that image, I will find out PR. So I have this term, right? Then I will apply some this operation over this, right? Then I will obtain S. So I will have my output images, because I have equation how by taking input image. I just, what they will give me, they will give me just low contrast input image. From that image I will obtain first PR. So this term is available with me. Then I will apply this transformation over this, and I will obtain the image S. Okay, so I have now that S is equal to something in terms of S is equal to some equation, that type of thing I will obtain. Then what I will do, I will take ds by dr. I will integrate that equation with, I will differentiate that equation with respect to r. So I will have ds by dr. Then I will take reciprocal of this. If I will take reciprocal of this, then can I say I will obtain this one? Okay, so this term I will obtain. How to obtain? For that I will need S. How to obtain this S? By using that transformation, this transformation that we discussed, that L minus 1 and integration 1, that transformation I will apply. So I will get equation of S, and that equation I will differentiate with R, and I will take reciprocal of it. That means I obtain this term after applying the transformation, right? And that if I will multiply this two, and if I obtain a constant value of PS, this is a constant value, this is varying value, right? So if I obtain a constant value of S, and I know what is that value, in last lecture we discussed, it is 1 divided by L minus 1. If you remember, we have discussed that it is 1 divided by L minus 1. If I am obtaining this term, that means what? That means that this transformation that I applied achieves PS, that is probability transformation, such a way that it becomes a constant one. Then it proves that whatever we have chosen, whichever transformation function we have chosen, that is correct. Someone might say, okay, but you have chosen that L minus 1 integration, I am not satisfied with. I will go for some other transformation, say T1. It will satisfy those two equations that you told us, and I want to verify whether it is good for equalization or not, then you can use that transformation, then using that transformation you can obtain S, then again you can take dr ds by dr, and that you can substitute here. Already you have your PR value and you will multiply those, and if you get PS a constant value equation wise, and hence then you will say okay, your T1 is also good. I told you multiple methodologies are possible to transform. I have opted one, L minus 1 and integration on that, that is one of the possible options. Okay, so that is how we are going to use this equation. Okay, so now what will be provided to me? Image will be provided. From that I will obtain PR value, and I will take this term. Okay. So if that works, that means my selected transformation T is good. So why we are using this equation? We are using this equation to verify that whichever transformation T is used, so that this whatever transformation T is used here, and from which we are obtaining that S, and that S value is substituted here, then we are obtaining a desired result. Okay, so let us do that. So what we actually, so let us quickly uh, let us do that here itself. Let us take this ds by dr, let us take that ds by dr here itself. So what will be that? That will be ds by dr, that means it will be d tr by dr, right? That means it is nothing but d by dr of this itself, right? It is d by dr of this, but L minus 1 is a constant, so it will come out, and this will become d by dr 0 to r, and this is where it stops, right? Then we have a Leibniz rule, that what it says, that when you have when you differentiate an integral with respect to its upper limit, we are differentiating integral with respect to its upper limit, then what is the result? The result is nothing, the result is integral, that your integrand, your result is your integrand, this is your integrand evaluated at the upper limit. So this is your this is what your this is what you can say is your integrand, and if it is evaluated, it is evaluated at different values of w, right? W0, w1, w2. But because of this differentiation, now this integral will result into this integrand evaluated at this r. Okay, that is r, that evaluated at its upper limit. So result will be PR of r here. Okay, so this is Leibniz rule. Again, as I told you, we are going to accept. But if you don't want to accept, do not worry. We do not need to remember. I mean, for this basic operation, you will remember this as a Leibniz rule. But in general, example wise, you can do that. You can apply that integration. You can apply this integral, and you can get your solution, and you can differentiate it properly. So at that time, no need to apply this Leibniz rule. I will show you the example. But currently, if you want to go in general manner, then your dr by ds, so ds by dr that you obtain is L minus 1 PR by R. But what I need is, I want reciprocal of this. What will be reciprocal of this? Reciprocal of this will be dr by ds, that is nothing but 1 divided by this value. Okay, so that 1 divided by what I have substituted PR. What is this? PR of R into L minus 1, right, into PR. Why PR? Because of this PR is here, and this I have substituted, that is reciprocal of this result. Okay, yes, of course there is a modulo is required, but PR is a positive value, it is a probability. L minus 1 itself is a positive value, and hence this multiplication is going to be a positive value. So modulus is there or not, that absolute value you take or not, that doesn't make much difference. So this is going to get cancelled out, and your result is going to be L minus 1 as expected. Your PS is going to be L minus 1 irrespective of whatever your histogram distribution of your input. PR is like this, it is like this, or it is having any other it is having any other shape, it is having this type of shape, whatever the shape it is, PR shape doesn't matter, because in general it is getting cancel out, and hence this equation will give us equalization in general. In general it is going to work for us, that we have proven using Leibniz rule, right? But some of you say no, we don't want to remember this Leibniz rule, every time it will be difficult for us to remember. So what you can do is, anyway PR is provided to you, right? So what you can do, you can PR will be provided to you, or either if not provided input image, something as input will be provided to you. So if PR is not provided, then you can take your input image and you can obtain PR, otherwise they will provide you PR. Then you can what you can do, you can integrate it, and then you can multiply with L minus 1. So now you used PR, you integrated it, and you obtained S. That S value you will differentiate with respect to R, right? That value will differentiate with respect to whatever your answer will be here, and that you will substitute here by taking reciprocal of it, and then PR will get cancelled out. Okay, so what we have seen here, that this is going to work for not certain PR, this is going to work for any possible shape of input histogram. Your input histogram can be left side concentrated, right side concentrated, centrally concentrated. It is not going to matter anyway to this methodology, and hence this equation is working well for any kind of image. Okay, so that is all about equation and proof. Now let us take example, and then if you are still not clear, we can discuss. Okay, so what is the example? Example is that this is your given PR. Assume that your image is having continuous values. That means this PR is a continuous one. Okay, and find the transformation function for equalizing the image histogram. Transformation function is asked to you. That means which values they have asked you? Which values? What is the question to you? Are they asking PS or they are asking S? S or PS? Transformation function is asked to you. That means what transformation I should apply over this so that equalized histogram will be there. Are they asking S or they are asking PS? What is PS? What do you think? What is PS? What is PS? Are you following the concept? Should I repeat anything here? Are you following the concept? First of all, let me know. Are you clear with the concept? Yes or no? I will answer this question. That is okay. Are you clear with till time whatever we have discussed? Am I audible to you? Am I audible to you? Okay. Are you clear with the concept? All of you. See, if you are not clear, we can repeat that part, right? Did you understand so far what we discussed? Yes or no? From if not, then I can repeat from the part that you tell. Okay. Okay. Now, so transformation, which function is known as transformation function? Observe here, which function out of these two is a transformation function? Transformation means what? It changes, right? Which function changes here? Yes, that S is equal to T of R, that changes. So what they are asking, transformation function. That means they are asking what kind of operation I should apply on input image such a way that your that so that you can get your image which is having equalized histogram. Okay, so they are actually asking transformation function so that you can get S. Okay, so what we will do, we will find out first S, and then we will see, then we will use this equation over that S value, that image, and we will see whether that image is having actually equalized one or not. Okay, their question is to answer this, but additionally we will use this S and we will obtain this equation. We will use this equation, we will obtain this PS, and that will have value, that must have value, or rather it should have a constant value, but mostly it will have 1 divided by L minus 1 value, because we know that in general my values are going to be, because it doesn't depend on input PR, so ultimately that answer should be 1 divided by L minus 1. So okay, let us do that. What is equation of um, let us calculate it for S. What is the equation for S? The equation is S is equal to L minus 1, then integration 0 to L minus, sorry, 0 to R, that will be 0 to R. Okay, and then what it is, 0 to R, and then it will be, what was that, PR, but the variable was, dummy variable of integration was W and dW. This is what the basic equation was. Substitute value of PR. So what it will be? L minus 1 integration from 0 to R. What will be PR if this is PR of R, but if I want to write PR of W, if I want to change this variable, what it will be? Quickly tell me what will be that? This will be 2 of what? Variable, everywhere wherever R is, I should replace it with W. Then it will be PR of W. This I want to change now. So I will change this. So 2W divided by L minus 1 square dW. Can you further simplify? What will be that? L minus 1 will come out. So what will be the value here? It will be 1 divided by L minus 1 into, what will be the integral here? L minus 1 square is taken out because it is constant with respect to W. 1 L minus 1 got cancelled. So that is why 1 divided by L minus 1 is remaining. Then in the integral part, what is remaining? 0 to R 2W dW. Can you simplify this? What will be this? 1 divided by L minus 1. What will be this? Then 0 to R. See, I need answer in, I need responses from you all, right? Yes, it will be W square by 2, and then 2 is there. So what to do with this 2? This will get cancelled out. So answer will be W square. Okay, now substitute the values here. So what will be my simplified equation of S? Simplified equation of S will be what? This is actually S itself, no? This is S itself. So it will be, yes, it will be R square by L minus 1. Yes, it will be R square by L minus 1. Okay, now what about, okay, so this is what they have asked you. What it means, take your input intensity, square of that, divide by 255, whatever answer will come, that you substitute. That is what the meaning is, right? So in my image, I will go for any intensity, that intensity square divided by L minus 1. If I will replace in that way, then all the intensities will have equal probability of occurrence. Many of you might not be agree with. So let us verify. To verify, what is the methodology? I need PR that I already have, right? This is that PR value, and then I need dr by ds, but I don't have dr by ds. So what I can do, I can take ds by dr and then reciprocal of modulus and then reciprocal of this. So take ds by dr. I'm taking a different color for this, ds by dr. That means d by dr. What next? What will be this? What will be this? Quickly tell me. Yes, it will be 2r by L minus 1. So it will be here, I will substitute 2r by L minus 1. So it will be, so where to write? I'm writing it somewhere here. Okay, so what it will be? So PR of R is 2r divided by L minus 1 square into dr by ds, that is, uh, this is ds by dr. So what will be dr by ds? Yes, it will be, yes, it will be, what it should be, it should be L minus 1 divided by 2r. Why it should be so? Because this is ds by dr, right? Then if I take dr by ds, then it will be reciprocal of this, that is L minus 1 divided by 2r. Modulus. Can r take negative value? R is always positive. L minus 1 is always positive. And hence, modulus of that, whether I write or not, it is always absolutely a positive value. Okay. So now what is the simplification of this? This 2r gets cancelled. This L minus 1 gets cancelled. And the result becomes 1 divided by L minus 1 as expected. Understood? So what is the meaning? That if I, for this distribution of input, if I take r square divided by L minus 1, and if I obtain my output image S, then it will have this type of histogram. That is a constant uniform distribution. Is it okay? See, that is what is solved here. Okay. But now we are not interested, as I told you, that we are more interested in some summation version that we have already seen. So probability, what will be this? This is my normalized histogram, or rather I should say probabilities of occurrence of particular intensity. And this is from 0 to k. I took 0 to x, if you remember. Like if it is, it will be summation from 0 to 100, 0 to 10, right? Of all the probabilities, right? Like R0 is, input intensity can be R0, then input intensity can be R1, R2, up to Rx it can be, right? We took for R10 where value R10 was nothing but we having value 10 in our case, right? So that is what we have already discussed. So what we are majorly interested in, that discrete version, and hence that integral part should be replaced with summation. And yes, of course, how to find out probability of occurrence, this PR value, that I know that probability of occurrence of that intensity divide by total number of pixels, like how many times 10 intensity occurs divided by total number of pixels, right? This is how we were finding PDF. So already we have discussed this discrete version. So let us see that example, that will be better. Now we are going for the example, and I need quick responses. Otherwise, I'm going to skip this example, because this is what will happen very nicely if you will respond me fast. Okay, and it is highly important because other concepts are related with this. Okay, so I'm expecting quick answers. 3-bit image, that means how many intensities in input are possible? 3-bit image, how many intensities, range of intensities in the input image? R values possible? 0 to 7. Yes, it will be 0 to 7. So let us note down 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, right? Right. So my input can take 5, 6, 7, this value. So now you can assume there is one input image, right? In that intensity, if I will choose a pixel randomly, and it may have the value in the range of 0 to 7. That is what the meaning is of this 3-bit. 64 cross 64 pixels, right? So what is the resolution of that? 64 cross 64. So can you tell me how many total pixels will it have? If I calculate how many total number of pixels possible, if it is 64 cross 64, 64 cross 64, that means how many total number of intensities are, I mean, how many total number of pixels are possible? If it is 3 cross 3, total 9 pixels are possible. So if it is 64 cross 64, how many pixels are possible? Quickly, yes, it will be 4096. So actually here, total number of possible pixels, this value is my total number of pixels, right? That is 4096, right? Okay, so this is the information from the first line, right? So this is already that you have, that you know. Now what is given to you? PR is given to, they have just given to you these two values. Assume this is not given to you, this is not given to you, don't look at this, just these two are given to you. As expected, values are from 0 to 7. How many times 0 occurs? 0 occurs 790 times. Nk. What is Nk? That probability of occurrence of zero intensity, where k is 0, I mean n0. So 0 occurs 790 times, 1 occurs this many times, 2 occurs this many times, 3 occurs this many times in input. So okay, so this is what they have already given us. This is information available to us. Now what is the question? You have to find out transformation function. That means what you have to find out? What you have to find out the transformation function. That means which variable, PS or S, you have to find out? Yes, S is required. So that means you have to find out S. Now try to recall what was S in terms of image processing. R was input image. S is what? What was S? S variable is okay, but what exactly it signifies? What is S? R is input, then what is S? It is output image. Yes, it is transformed image is a question to you. Transformation function, that means transformed image is a question to you. Okay, so I mean, okay, I mean, what they want to ask that if in my input image, if I encounter input value 0, if I encounter the input value 0, then with what value I should replace that 0 in my output image S, so that if I will do that for all the pixels possible, I will obtain a histogram which will have a equalized values. That is what they want to ask you. Okay. Then next question is to give you give probability of occurrence of intensities in this image itself. So PS is also asked to you. Here S and PS both are the questions, but whenever this is the question, you should be clear what is their purpose or what is the requirement. Why? Of course, in few minutes you will come to know. But I think these terms are clear to you. Of course, they have asked you not only um, PS, I mean S, they have also asked you PS as well. Okay. S is transformation function. S actually indicates your output image. Okay. Suppose they have not given you like this. They have given you some this type of image. This type of image is given to you. Suppose it is say it is 5 cross 5. Assume it is 5 cross 5 and some values are given 0, 1, 2. Will you be able to obtain this from this image? What you will do? How will you obtain NK? You will manually count that how many times 0 occurs, how many times 1 occurs. If it is, of course, it will not be like 64 to 64, it can be a limited range, right? So you can easily calculate this. So not necessarily they will give you this type of distribution, they might give you input image itself, and they might not if they have given you this type of image, their expectation here is to get, if value becomes 2, what should be my value here, if value becomes 0, what should be my value here. That is what the transformation they want to say, like that. That is what they mean by this. Okay, so now, does nk important to me? Actually not. What I'm interested in my equation, I know they ask me to find out s. From that I will see how to find out ps, but first of all I need s, and I know what is the equation of s. It is l minus 1 summation of pr, summation of pr from 0 to k. My j will take value from 0 to k, and this is actually my pr of j, or w. If you want to, if you are not, if you are confused with, you can write the value w here. The variable of integral summation is w, whatever you want to say, that doesn't make any difference, right? And if that means, that means you are calculating for intensity, suppose you are calculating for intensity 0, then k value is 0, that means you are obtaining s value which is corresponding to intensity 0. Understood? So this is what your equation is. So where I am interested in? I am interested in PR value. So first of all, I will need PR value. How to obtain PR value from this NK? Quickly. How to obtain PR from this NK? How this PR and NK are related? Yes, PR is that is, PR is nothing but probability of occurrence of kth intensities, right? PR of k is nothing but probability of occurrence of kth intensity, and that's why it will be nk by n, and n is, in our case, what is n? 4096. So if you want to verify, you can quickly verify that this will be 790 divided by 4096 will result into this. Then that, what we can say, 1023, this is given value, 1023 divided by 4096 will result into this. In that way you are obtaining your PR. Okay, so these are the values you can verify if you want to try. So this is how we obtain PR values. Now, so what is our desire? So now let us verify how this PR looks like. Let us plot. So this is 0.19, so it is somewhere here. 0.25, it is somewhat higher than that. Then, sorry, let me go slow here. For intensity 0, for intensity 1, for intensity 2, I am plotting what? Histogram, or we can say that normalized histogram. That is what I am plotting. I know that my input intensities can range from 0 to 7. For 0, it will be 0.19. For 1, it is 0.25. For 2, it is 0.21. For 3, it is 0.16. Then zero point 0.8. Then zero point 0.6. Zero point 0.2, and this. So if you will observe here, this is what the shape of the histogram is. Right? It is concentrated here. I want to equalize, so what is my desire? It should look like this. Understood? So this is actually normalized histogram. If you will plot this also, shape will remain same. Shape will look like same. These are higher values, you observe. These are very low values, and from that only we have obtained this. No? Okay. So now let us start working on this. Let us start working on this. So can you tell me what will be S0? That means if in my input image, if I encounter 0, what should I replace it with? So what will be L minus 1 here? Will it be 255? What is L minus 1? 7. L minus 1 is 7. What will be the summation term? 0 to, what is K value? 0. So from 0 to 0, that is 0 itself. Summation from 0 to 0, that is 0 itself. PR of 0. Can you give me the value quickly? PR of 0 is available to us. But I am asking about S0 value. S0. 0.19 into 7. Na? What it will be? Yes, it is 1.33. So what is the significance of this result? Significance is that if I encounter 0, na, if in my input image if I encounter 0, then I should replace it with the value 1.33. All the zeros if are replaced with 1.33, then and that is one of the steps. All the zeros in my input image should be replaced with 1.33. Okay. Okay, we will further, of course, we will conclude, we will derive some restrictions, limitations, everything will come. But let us complete the task first. S1, quickly. 7 into what? PR of 0. 7 into 0 to 1. Summation of 0 to 1. That is PR of 0 plus PR of 1. Quickly. What will be that? 7 into, which are those two terms? 3.08. Yes, it is 3.08. True. It is 3.08. How to obtain? 7 into 7 into 0 to 1. I mean 7 into 0 to 1 summation of PR of W. W value is 0 to 1. That is PR of 0 plus PR of 1. That is 3.08. That is how you will obtain 0 to 1 PR of that. So 7 into PR of 0, 7 into PR of 1, that is 3.08. Okay. In that way, if you want to calculate, if interested, you can give me the values of S2. Otherwise, we have the calculation, we can go to that. But I need fast and multiple responses. Otherwise, of course, we have equations and we can go with that. And we can solve the example. I will wait for a minute. S2. Yes, it is 4.55. True. It is 4.55. Right? S3 quickly. Is 5.67. This is important. Why we are calculating it? Because we need to do further processing after this. That's why we need it. Okay, then for this S4, 6.23, S5, and S6, and S7. 6.23, then 6.65, okay, then 6.86. What about S7? Yes, it is 7. True. Okay, so now what is the meaning? If you encounter 3 in your input image, na, then you should replace it with 5.67. Okay, so now in my input image, I knew earlier that my values can take 0 to 7, but now it will take either value 1.33. If it is 0, na, I should replace it with 1.33. If it is 3, then I will replace it with 5.67. But I know that I am considering integer representation of my input, right? I am considering integer representation of my input, and hence I should not go for 1.33. Instead, I should round it off. Though, because that is not a possible intensity. My intensities are discrete, so any random value cannot happen. Here, that is the problem of the discretization, right? This will work well. This method will work well if my PR and PS both can be. I mean, all the possible intensities are possible here. Like, it is not a discrete version. It is possible for all the intensities here. So this method is working perfectly all right for a continuous that we have already seen. But with the discrete there is an issue because I cannot have this intensity, so I have to round it off. And if I will round it off, that means I am not going to get this type of continuous, smooth 1 divided by L minus 1 kind of equalization. Of course, it will be equalized, but it will be little bit compromised in the expected equalization. The reason is I cannot have 1.33 intensity, and hence I'm going to make it equivalent to, I'm going to round it off and I will make it 1. What is the meaning? That in my input image, if 0 occurs, I should replace it with 1. In my input image, if 1 occurs, then I should replace it with 3.08, but it is not possible, so I'm going to round off and it will become 3. S2, it is 4 point, it is greater than 4.5, so I'm going to replace it with 5. S3, I'm going to replace it. So in my input image, if 3 occurs, I will replace it with 6. What about this S4? 4 will be replaced with which intensity quickly? 4 will be replaced with which intensity? 6. Okay. What about R5, R6 and R7? All are replaced with 7. Okay. So this is what our image is. So this is, so now what will happen in my input image? These values are encountered. You should replace with them with to this values. Now, so that is one question. Transformation function question is over. Now the question is, you have to find out its histogram, right? So can you tell me how many pixels in my output image will now have value 1? How many pixels in my output image now will have value 1? What I did, in my input image, if 0 occurs, I have replaced all those zeros with 1. If 1 occurs, then I will replace all those with 3. True. How many pixels will have value 1? So it is 790. How many will have 3? How many will have 3? Intensity 3. Yes, 1023. How many will have 6? How many pixels in my output image will have value 6? Yes, it will be 656 plus, yes, it will be 656 plus 329, that is 985. True. Okay. How many pixels will have values 2 in my output image? How many pixels in my output image will have value 2? 0. Yes, none of the input value is replaced with 2. That means in my output image, 2 will never occur. How many times 0 will occur? 0 will also not occur. See, these are the output intensities. In my input, if 0 occurs, I will replace it with 1. 1 occurs, I will replace it with 3. I will never replace any intensity of input with 2, 0, 4, right? And that is why they will not take place. Okay, so that is why their occurrence is 0. And if you will take them, so that is what we just discussed, that 1 will occur 790 times, 3 will occur 328 times, 6 will occur this 2 times, 7 will occur summation of this 3, right? And if I will plot it histogram, so I have the occurrence, right? I have occurrence divided by total number of pixel, and if I will plot it, it is going to give me this type of shape. Definitely 2 will never occur, 0 will never occur, 4 will never occur. So they are zeros, and this is how histogram is obtained. And if you will see, earlier the shape was like this, now the shape is almost like this. You can see, of course it is compromised. Why we have compromised it? Why we have compromised? What is the compromisation reason? Because we have rounded off. We have rounded off. That is what is the problem. Okay. So can now one more last question to you. Can we, is it reversible operation? If I obtain, if I have in output value 6, is it one to one mapping? From R to S, it is not a one to S, it is not a reversible operation, because if in my output image is S, then I don't know whether input was 3 or 4. Understood? So this is not a reversible operation, but it's okay. I don't want it rigidly. So I am satisfying that condition A, not A dash. I will not be able to go back once I equalized. Okay. So that is what, so what we have done. This is what is that, like if 0 was that, it is replaced with 1.33. 1 was that, that was replaced with 3.08, and then they have just given a step representation. They want to show that it is increasing function. They want to show that this is increasing function. So if it was 1, it is 3.082, then whatever the value, 5 point something, yes, it was 5 point something value, right? 4.55. So it was 2, then it is 4.55 value here. So if the step representation, so here you can easily see it is like a increasing function. That's it. So that is all about our example. Of course, few more details on this we will take in next lecture. Any doubts so far? Okay, so more details on this will be taken in the next lecture.